Hi, Shaq. Happy to speak with you again after the sector minister meeting in Jakarta. What we discussed was very interesting. We spoke about the benefits to access to sanitation, how it contributes to tourist income, stop high medical care costs, reduce child mortality, and a lot of things. But I want to ask you more questions. And my first question today is, why sanitation should matter to youth around the world, and what can youth do to advocate and promote sanitation for all?
So a lot of people talk about the importance of sanitation, but I want to describe to you how do you effectively motivate people to actually take action. Because when you say the correct thing, it doesn't mean that it's very exciting to them. So when I first started the World Toilet Organization, we have to start with the media. We tell story to the media about 40% of the world who don't have access to proper sanitation. They were shocked, right? And then that every year there's more than 2 million people dying of diarrhea because the polluted water they are drinking from the rivers, because of the flies spreading the disease from the poop, because they didn't wash their hands. And all these things shocks the media, right? They didn't know because nobody talked about toilet because it was supposed to be very embarrassing. And so when the media start to write this report, then the readers get shocked. And then they say, then in that case, we have to have toilets, we have to have soap, we have to have water. And when the demand is driven by the media, the politician, of course, they became very intelligent. They say, hey, in that case, I can promise people toilet and then I can win election. So now toilet becomes an election agenda. Then what does politician want? Politician wants media because they want popularity and power. What does media want? Media want our story in order to sell more circulation and get more advertising income. So in this case, both of the people are motivated by my storytelling because it drives demand from the people. So this story goes on. I'm trying to describe the incentive of each of the person. They are different, but in the end, they are all doing the same common mission, but taking away different values. Then the donors came and they say, all right, now this subject is highly visible and it is no more illegitimate and no more shy to support it, right? And then the professor came along to say, I have always been researching on sanitation, but nowhere to publish. So they published at our World Toilet Summit by coming to speak. And then the media carry on to report it further. And then the NGOs come because now there is foreign aid money, there is philanthropic money. So the NGO comes because there's money. So in that case, some celebrities also come because the celebrities want to look good in their profile, that they're not just talented singer, but they're also good human beings. So suddenly you can see storytelling to the media triggers a lot of added value to all these other people, which otherwise would not have taken sanitation as a subject. They might prefer to take climate change for a subject, or drinking water, or more glamorous things, right? Like hunger or disaster or something like that. So when we are motivating people, we don't worry what they get. We focus on how to motivate them to go together, and when everyone works in concert together, everyone gets toilet, sanitation, and hygiene and good health.
And it's so interesting what you said about that, talking about toilets, something very taboo in society in general. So can you tell us some tips? So how can we as youth communicate in a better way this topic?
For example, detergent companies. they want to sell detergent. So soap company talking about washing hands, sanitary pad company talking about menstrual hygiene, sanitary ware company talking about water savings, and so on and so forth. So each of these corporate, when they want to come forward, their objective is to get more visibility, to build their brand to be more humanitarian. And the companies, they want that they are appearing this way because nowadays the stock prices depend on whether you are kind. So there is this mutual fund and pension fund and all these sovereign fund. They cannot invest unless your company has taken care of environment, social, and governance. It's called ESG. So the more people do ESG, the more you become available to work with them on ESG. So my lessons is don't care what other people get. As long as they help build toilet, promote toilet, and invest in it, and people's life gets better, then it is a win-win situation.
That was very useful. And now my last question, at least for today, because your organization and the government of Nigeria are also hosting the World Toilet Summit. So can you tell us more about this event and what are the expected outcomes?
So half of the people in Nigeria don't have toilet, and
Well,
I think that this situation, the government of Nigeria is very seriously wanting to solve. So we got them to host the World Toilet Summit, and the president of Nigeria is coming, and the Minister of Health, Minister of Water Resources, Minister of Environment, they are coming. And then we are gathering all the government officials to discuss and learn from how the Indians have done the Clean India mission, how the Chinese has done the Chinese toilet revolution, how the Japanese has done, so how Singapore has solved the problem. So that all these exchanges eventually will make them learn how to write the correct policy. We have actually influenced Brazil to allow public-private partnership on their investment, foreign investment, to be allowed to go into their water treatment plant, which means to treat the sewerage. 50% of the sewerage in Brazil is not treated. And after they changed the law to allow foreign investment, $6 billion has been invested by China into Brazilian sewage treatment plant. So I think it is very good to learn from the lesson and influence policy in different countries. And I hope that Nigeria will create a legacy in the same way as we started in India at 2007, and so many years later they built 110 million toilets. We started in China, World Toilet Summit in 2004, and now all the tourism toilets are very, very beautiful and clean. And in Nigeria, we want to end open defecation, that every Nigerian will have access to a safe and a clean toilet. And after that, all of Africa.
oh, that's amazing. Well, we will see the updates of this event in your social media, right?
Yes, I hope that everybody can come to Abuja on 18 and 19 of November and join us. Or we can also go online and join us with the World Toilet Summit. World Toilet Summit happens every year, and 19 November is the UN World Toilet Day. So celebrate your toilet because it is your life partner and you cannot live without it.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Shaq, for this conversation, for joining us in this What's Going On, and I hope to see you soon.